UCPA introduced us to the concept of Big Sky. Just like it sounds, Big Sky means no limits. All over the country, people from both within and outside the greater UCP family have been on a grand expedition to the future by way of our imaginations. We wanted to share Big Sky with our families at the grassroots level, and it's leading to some very interesting conversation.
Oh, my neighbor next door, we're talking about your goals and stuff for Olmsted. Their driveway joins ours, their sidewalk comes off the back right down to Bill's ramp, and I'm thinking that's a goal for me, is if we could actually buy his house and us live next door, but that with Bill would have the attendance services he needs to be in the community, but we would still be close.
A lot of people with cerebral palsy, and we've talked about this before, were placed in developmental institutions, nursing homes, things like that, but you've never been in any place like that. Why is that?
She wanted to try it one weekend, and we did, and I don't know who cried the hardest, she or I. And Sammy says, Mama, don't either put her back in the car, or stop crying or put her back in the car. And that was the end of that.
When I was much younger, I thought of moving into an apartment of my own. I have a lot of dreams. I need help every day to do the things that I want to do.
My name is Crystal Page, and right now I'm living in a nursing home, but I'm hoping to be able to get out and be able to get out in the community with the other people. I like to live in Brookridge Apartments, but it's on the ground floor and it's made accessible for wheelchairs.
There's a lot of things I always thought I would have in my life. Like if I was going to be rich and famous rock star. Well, my dream play, wow.
Or money wasn't an issue.
Hawaii sounds like a paradise, doesn't it?
Well, I would choose my own home, basically a house, maybe a 3-bedroom house with a big backyard where my nieces and nephews could play out in the suburb right outside of Memphis and just, live my life.
Well, Amber is my it's my niece's daughter, and we knew that she was going to have special needs when we got her. And so she stayed in the hospital for a month, and she's been with me since she's been at the hospital. We just had to kind of grow with her and see what was going on. We knew she had seizure. We wasn't quite sure how severe it was, but as she grew, we discovered that she had seizure disorders. And so we finally kind of got the seizures under control. And then we started dealing with the scoliosis. We had her a spinal fusion. Oh, let me see, it's about 3 years ago now. About 3 years ago, so she's done pretty good with what she's been through. We beat the odds. We beat better than the doctor expected her to do. Trying to, as Amber get older, I'm sure I'm going to need help with her. I'm sure, because she's getting heavier and bigger, But my thing is to find somebody that I can trust being around her and I can feel comfortable with leaving and going to my doctor appointment with. I want them to be as concerned as I am about her and stuff. And that's my biggest fear there, is getting me some help with her and not being able to trust them. Between my husband and I and Amber, we've got our family together. I mean, we're a happy family. We'll go in there and we'll sing the Barney song together, and I think she likes that, So she gave me big joy to I wouldn't know what to do without her.
Daniel was born 3 months too early, at 2.5 pounds at Vanderbilt. My water broke a week and 3 days before he was born, and he was left in me until he was born on his own, and he was he couldn't come out, so they had to use forceps. And he had a grade 3 brain bleed. He had what's called IVH and PVL. He has strabismus, which is the crossing of the eyes. He's got cerebral palsy. He has reflux. He's got a little bit of everything. And we ended up having to have 1 strabismus surgery, 2 hemangiomas removed. He's had 2 Nissen fundoplications and a dorsal rhizotomy. And we're fixing to try to go through what is called a baclofen pump. We're going to get a baclofen pump put in hopefully next summer.
Mama.
To help him to lose the spasticity up in his leg. Yes, baby. Oh. I love you too. Oh, it means a great deal to our family. My husband is the only one that's able to work because I take care of Daniel full time. And although it's not very much, it helps a lot with diapers and medicines that aren't covered, like Tylenol, and gas back and forth to the doctors, and every little bit helps, no matter how much it is. Every little bit helps. I couldn't lift him for 6 solid weeks, and I tried to get someone to come in and help me with him while I was down. Well, my insurance said it was his insurance responsibility. His insurance says it was my insurance responsibility. So I wound up having to find someone, outside the home, which was my sister-in-law. Just so happened she was out of school to help me with him because my mother works and my husband works. So I had nobody to help me. And a lot of times she couldn't be there. So I still had to do it on my own, even though I wasn't supposed to lift him for 6 weeks. So I think that's, they need to try to figure out if we need in-home care, we ought to be able to get it. I want him to be able to walk. It may not ever happen. I want grandkids. May not ever happen. I want him to be able to live an independent life without mommy so much. I want him to be able to be as productive as possible. And I just want him to grow up and be normal.